Namaskar, Science of Self-Care, Part 2. This is the subject of our video today. There are millions of voices which would be bringing in different directions. To vacations, to buy purses, to do surgeries, to drink wine and everything. Each person has this healthy alternative voice. I'm strong part of you. I'm here to assist you and to help you. Everybody have this voice. Don't worry. What's going on inside my inner world? What do I feel? If you have a child, it's your parent work to take care of your child every day. Mom, Dad, I have problems at my English lessons. Just go and do something. Let me help you with that. All right? I'm Anna Bobikova. Welcome to AB Lifetime, channel on mental health. You've already seen part 1. If you haven't, here is the link, and the link will be also in the description box below. We've seen Jenny's case there. We figured out there that she's trying to avoid of her reality, and she's trying to use all wonderful self-care advices like eating cakes, doing massages, finding boyfriends, all kinds of wonderful self-care recipes, and they do not work for her. We were discussing what could be much more helpful, and we talked about that inner voice, and we talked about that she needs the alternative voice, which she has. I just didn't show it there, and we will be talking about that today. We talked about all this trying to avoid and running away from self by going to vacations, doing these world trips, finding new partners, buying stuff. We talked about that it's important to focus on inner world, not on external. Okay, let's move forward. In the case in first part, there was that inner voice, and each of us, and include Jenny, each person has this healthy alternative voice. The question is, how strong is that voice? And the question for counseling sessions is to raise that voice, make it stronger. It's just about amount of work. It is a resourceful voice, and let me show you. Jenny, it happened with you. It's time to accept that. And yes, you have pain. It's very painful. And please take your time for the grieving. It's your time. It's your time to face your reality, just to grow and to deal with that. And you know who I am. I'm a strong part of you. I'm here to assist you and to help you. I know you can deal with that. And where you are strong is when you are facing the reality. No matter what, you can deal with that. And I am here to help you. Always. If we would be working with Jenny, we would be working on this voice, on this resource to make it stronger. It is just about the amount of work. Everybody have this voice, don't worry. Sometimes we need to include here more voices, increase the voice or bring more characters, more resources. There is another idea about self-care which I commonly hear. It's about self-improving. I hear this all the time. Like, I wanted to put that in the case. You know, sometimes women would say that I need to do mammoplastic, or I need to go and study something. And then, like, if I would do this mammoplastic, if I would learn something else, if I would do this, then something would change, and then something would happen. This is an important moment too. Very often people take this self-improvement like self-care. Like, I'm dependent on that. If I don't know that thing which I'm planning to learn, I cannot live fully my life. Like, I need to self-care. I need to improve that. The question here is about what's going on right now. Work on that. Do I let myself live happily right now without that knowledge, without that mammoplastic surgery? Let myself be as I am right now. I would like to make some suggestions on self-care. And again, please remember to take only those concepts which work for you. Put everything under dot, each single statement, and take only those which work for you. Don't take things just because somebody tell you that. First thing which is important to say, and I think it is the most important, and it is simple, and it only sounds simple. It is just notice. And this need training. Just notice, what do you really need here? There are millions of voices which would be bringing in different directions. To vacations, to buy purses, to do surgeries, all kinds of, to drink wine and everything. The thing is noticing, noticing and paying attention. In the first steps, it's when you change things, like for example, for Jenny in the beginning, it is very hard to notice. Again, it sounds simple, but it is hard. In the beginning, notice, when I'm doing this, what is my body response? What is my feeling response? On each single step, just noticing what's going on inside my world, inside my inner world. What do I feel? I am right now looking for that new partner. How do I feel about that? I am right now going to buy this new car. Is it really what I need? The simplest way how to start to notice things is paying attention to your body. On that simple, like with a baby. Do I want to sleep? What's going on with me right now? I am so tired. And when I am so tired, what I'm doing? It's still that voice is like, go and do something. Or it is that voice, take your time and go to bed. You need sleep. You cannot sleep right now, take a nap, 10 minutes. It's always possible. Noticing. In the end of the day, mentally walk through your day. What were you feeling? When I was angry at that moment, what really did I need at that moment? Noticing that I am hungry right now. That, starting from that simple things. In Jenny's case, she mentioned that she finally started to do self-care. Like she was not, when she used to live with her husband, all her care was about him. Like she didn't care about herself. About your self-care, it's important to realize that you cannot take care of somebody if you didn't take care of yourself. When you have zero, you cannot share zero. If you have minus, you cannot share minus. You need to be in plus. If you in plus with your love, then you can share with somebody else. If you are in minus with love, you cannot share that. And also, self-care need to be constant. You cannot take care of yourself once a year. You cannot take care of yourself occasionally. You train yourself. For example, when you start to notice what do you need, what you really need, and what you really need to understand what you really need, it's important to match your general life values, your general life principles. It's not like something like blurry and foggy. It's clear things. And self-care need to match yourself. You do your self-care assisting your general life values. If you want to grow in something, if you want to learn something, it needs to be constant work. It can't be occasionally. If you have a child, you cannot take care of your child occasionally. It's your parent work to take care of your child every day, every moment. And taking care of child, real taking care of child, is noticing the real needs, real child's needs. Let me show you. I will be here a child. Mom, Dad, you know, I have so many things are happening at school. I have problems at my English lessons, and guys are laughing at me, and I have problems. I don't understand. I don't understand the rules in English. I don't. You know, that girl told me today that I speak with this funny accent, and they were all laughing at me. I don't want to go to school. This will be one parent figure. Mother, you are going to school tomorrow, and you just need to learn the rules. Just go and do something. You can't tell you don't understand the rules. You need to understand them. Okay, let's say here would be grandma. Oh, what happened? Okay, we need to spend some time talking about that. Please explain me exactly what's going on with the rules, that language rules. Let me explain you that until you would not understand that, okay? And then let's talk about what happened with kids, and let me help you with that. All right? This example could happen in real life, but the main thing for us as being adults, we are carrying these voices in our adult life, and that's what are our inner voices. And the main concern here is, do we have enough of this resource on the right? In the case, it was on the right, which is resourceful and which is able to notice, yes, something happened with this kid. You will probably know about inner child, right? If I am able, and we are all having these voices, we all have these sub-personalities. Am I able to have access to this right resourceful voice? Am I able to notice that something is happening with me? Am I able, in that situation, am I able to notice that I cannot learn, I need help in learning a language, I need help with dealing with kids. As an adult in Jenny's situation, am I able to notice that I have inner pain because I had this divorce? Summary. First and foremost, noticing. That's simple. Each day, notice. What do I feel? What do I need? If you already trained yourself to notice, it's 50% of success. On Jenny's case, if you remember, we talked in the first part, if she would be able to state, yes, this happened to me, and I do have pain, and I would like to live through and feel this, be able to feel that, live through, and take my lessons. That would mean that she's taking this mature person role, and she's noticing, she noticed that yes, it is painful, and that happened. Next thing is clarifying everything about that left voice, and then we are bringing an alternative voice. We are working on these inner voices. Again, noticing them. What is making me buying this car? What is my force to look for another partner? What is my force to do surgery, plastic surgery? Some questions for self-assessment. Do I feel strong? Do I feel satisfied? Do I feel like I live life according my life values and principles? The feeling, or the regular feeling of frustration, anger, unsatisfaction, like regular, you feel constantly depressed. These are all the symptoms of something is going wrong. And probably the self-care with cakes and baths with salt and massages do not work. It's some sort of signs that maybe it's time to face the reality and just accept what's going on and start from that. Again, when we accept the truth, when we accept the pain or what's going on, when we face the reality, then you have this global feeling of satisfaction. You know that feeling. Everybody knows that feeling. When you are satisfied, and it means, oh, yes, I did something right. I didn't betray myself. Very important to take care of the body. Again, it's all about how regularly you are doing this. It needs to be every day. What's included in taking care of the body is what do you eat, how you take care of body shape, and with being mindful about, is it something what I need or I'm doing it for the external world? What's inside me about my body? So we're learning, we're researching about self. We're not taking, all right, I'm taking this cucumber diet. Why? Because somebody recommended, because for somebody, like this cucumber diet worked for somebody. It doesn't mean that it will work for me. And again, sometimes we're following this action type, you know, like I need to act than not to act. Take pause and make research what works for you and why. Noticing where do I get my energy from, because usually energy is the very good indicator of if I'm doing correct, right things for myself or not. Through the day, you live the day, in the evening going like recalling all your day and noticing where through the day I got my energy. From the walk, from this conversation with this person, and from this conversation in this person, what made my body, what made my mind create this energy in that conversation. It's not about other person. What made me create this energy in my body, because that person cannot do that. It's something in us producing this energy. And when we're noticing that, what happened, what created this energy, then when you are mindful about that, then you can use it next time. Care about mind. This is another step of self-care. What do I feel in my mind with? Again, noticing and being mindful about that. Whom and what with I surround myself. Be with self and understand what I'm feeling in my mind with each moment, each second, today. For example, in the evening, realizing, looking back through the day. So what I was feeling in my mind with during the day, with what kind of conversations, with what kind of computer things, with what kind of people. Do I need them? What it does with me, what it does with my life when I feel in my mind with that. And here I would set here too about self-care. It's important about boundaries and rules also. Do I have boundaries? Do I have rules? Rules in communication, in my family, with my close ones. And next thing, of course, which is important for me to say, is spirit. Care about your spirit is self-care. I would not say here a lot because spiritual practices, of course, they are very different. But do you have them? If you are not spiritual, if you do not believe in anything, it's again, what do you do on that? If I am not believing in anything, it's still belief. And do I do something about that side of me? How do I grow in that side, that part of me? And the most important here is, again, is do everything regularly. We cannot take care of ourselves. Self-care doesn't work if we do it once a year. Self-care doesn't work if we do it once a week. And I think it's important to say that really all the events in the life are neutral. It's our mind is creating the pluses or minuses in evaluation of events. All are natural and they are bringing us just lessons. And again, if it is we put their minus evaluation, we give them minus grade, then it's just about the amount of work. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. It's just amount. And it is just about the choice. If I am going to deny and be in that position that I don't want to see that, I don't want to see that, and I don't want to know anything about that. Or I choose facing the reality and go through that, live through that, and then take my lessons, my life lessons. It's just about its direction. It's again, it's not about result, it's direction. Which direction I'm looking. I work in Monterey, California. I do individual work and group work. If you live distantly, you can still connect me because I work online. I do different formats. I do a few hours groups, and I also do 3 days retreats, so check on my website. Thank you for watching. See you next video. Namaste.